Have this feeling, haven't felt for so long. Took a hold of me and won't let go. I've been sleeping, caught me off my guard. Cause you're in my space and now I'm so pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to open. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. You are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Shot away.
I had to crack it open just a little bit.
Won't let you go to my head. Cause I know I'm dealing with the devil. But I'm standing with my heart in your hand. And I'm too deep into win this gamble. Pull me towards you and I cannot fight it. My head's underwater, I try to disguise it. Want you to hold me, though we haven't spoken. I need that something to get me to are only a shot away from me to be my everything. Cause you are only a shot away from me to be my everything.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Happy Cruiseday Tuesday. We do look kind of dark here.
No, I was turning on the lights.
I'm thinking that we need more light.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Nautical Nurse Nancy. This is Anthony.
Hello.
We're
That's a little
just
better.
doing some adjusting to our set down here. We're together in Florida. Can you guys hear and see us? I'm going to watch the chat and see if
Yes.
we-
Tony G says hello.
Tony
I'm pretty
G
sure he can
says
see us.
hello. Hi, Tony
So
G.
I'm pretty sure that's what
Hey,
He's-
Captain Billy J. Travels.
Yes.
Good to see you. Ahoy.
David Brandy's Excursions here. Masters
Hi.
Game.
Hey, Masters Game.
Crazy Cat Traveler.
Meow.
Anthony Simone.
Oh,
Hello.
thank you for being here, Anthony.
Yes. Lori in Texas.
And Anthony.
And Christopher Brown.
Hi, Lori in Texas and Christopher Brown. We love to say
Tina
hello.
Hoover.
Christopher Brown says, sounds good. Masters
All right.
Game says, thumbs up. Ken Sessa, all looks and sounds good. Hi, Ken. Hey, good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Mary Ellen Dillion. Hello. And
Med.
Puppy the Cat.
Hey, Cynthia. So good to see you.
Yes.
Thanks for being here, everybody. You know what? And Timothy Walters, we like to kind of
Just
say
Davis
some
here.
hellos. So we're going to just say a few hellos.
Tina
And
Rick Spencer.
hi, Just Dave and Tina and
Timothy
Rick.
Walters.
Hey, Timothy. I hear it's cold up
Yes,
there.
you're sending it this way. It'll be actually a good
So-
weekend for that because I'm planning on doing some fencing down here. So
Yeah, you
I
needed
could use
a
a
little
50.
cool.
Yeah, I could use some 50-degree weather.
It's been
this
actually
weekend.
kind of muggy, which I love the warm weather,
Yes.
but it's been like 80 degrees. So we are usually in Wisconsin,
Usually.
and but we have a home down here in Florida. And with the hurricane, got hurricane damage.
We've been
Therefore,
working.
the title with the
We've
the
been
updates.
working.
We have updates for you all. Hi, Nan Milligan. So
Nan
good to see
Milligan.
you from
Well,
San
hello.
Antonio, Texas.
It's 45 in Kenosha.
Oh,
says
Cheryl. Oh my gosh.
Wow, 45. We could use 50 tomorrow.
It's twice that almost. No, not really twice that, but
No,
it's
not
way
quite.
up in the 80s
It's
here.
the mid-80s, yeah.
It's pretty nice, actually.
Laura Allen, hello.
Hi, Laura. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, look at Tony G said, question, are you replacing the bird cage? The bird cage? Are we replacing the bird cage?
Oh, you mean the for the pool?
Oh, I
that what he's
think
calling the bird cage,
that
maybe?
might be what he's calling the bird cage. Yes.
No, we don't need to replace it. We're just going to get it rescreened.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just
we
needs.
have lots of updates. Look at Ken Sessa, 78 in West Palm Beach.
Right.
Yeah, it's like in the 80s. It's actually really humid
Yeah.
and sticky here.
Yeah.
And kind of, it's buggy. It's very mosquito.
Well, mosquito-y. We've had a lot of mosquito treatments. So
But compared to Wisconsin, actually not as bad as Wisconsin
Not
here.
as bad
I
as
feel like
Wisconsin.
that's kind of crazy how it's so warm here, and we would be getting.
But in the cities, they
besieged.
do a lot of mosquito treatments. So
Yeah.
we don't get those in the.
We don't get that in Wisconsin. It's fend for yourself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Christopher Brown said a friend in the UP got 18 inches. Oh my
Whoa,
gosh,
yeah.
of snow. That's terrible. We did have a dusting in Wisconsin. I know we had a dusting.
TNG Explorers. is here.
Hi, Sharon at Sea. We got
Yeah,
the
see us here.
we got the blue theme going on. Thank
And
you.
I saw earlier that Ronnie was in the house. Woo!
Oh, the Woo Crew. Ronnie and Alma, life is good today.
I thought I saw them earlier.
Hi, Derek and Gregory, D&G
We're not scrolling back
Explorers.
much, Sharon,
No, we're going to try to keep up
Keep
with the
going
chat.
with the chat with where it's at.
So
today.
it is where it
95 in
is.
SoCal.
We had a little
Wow.
bit of chat ahead of time. So
Very
I
ouch.
know Meg is in the house.
Ryan Egg.
Meg is in the house.
Meg.
Meg.
Hello, Meg.
Hello, Meg.
Hello.
So what is Fry and Egg? I'm sorry. We got to listen
95
to each other.
D&G Explorers.
Oh my gosh,
SoCal.
Derek and Gregory.
CMPJ 519.
Hi,
Hey, Carl.
Carl, so good to
And
see
Gina
you.
Bird. And Tara Kelly.
Gina and Tara Kelly.
Scott McNeil. Yeah, everybody's coming in now because I think Tony's
Oh
probably.
man,
I wonder if he's just kind of.
seeing Tony out there with John.
I know. It's kind
That
of
is
envious.
awesome.
Of that. Yeah.
I'm so happy that the
They're
guys
so great.
are together and having a great time
Yes.
with Tommy Casabona from Always Be Booked. So
Oh, really?
yeah, there's
I didn't
Tommy
saw that.
from Always Be Booked podcast came in and was a special guest for Tony's live stream. So
Ooh.
that's always so much fun. Thank you
Yes.
everybody for being here.
Wanda's
I
here?
sure do appreciate it. Hi, Wanda Chiquita Bonita cruising
Where
for
is she?
food. Oh
yes,
man.
Cruising for
Well,
food this is.
she
Two
is
Speeds here.
Yeah.
And
Hi,
Fred
Two Speed.
Miner.
Hi, Fred. Thank you for
Wow,
being
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
And Heidi Leskin. Oh man, so good to see all
Good
the
to see
names
everybody here,
out
yeah,
here.
rolling
Really
through.
appreciate it. Carla McClendon and Kathy L. Hello.
Hello.
Hi everybody. I feel like we're like all friends out here. Jamie Wilhite. Hello, friends. Are you in Florida? Yes, we
Yes.
are, Jamie.
Yes, we are.
And Patty Monk. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, so I came down to join Anthony because I missed him.
I'm
really
probably going to be
did.
here at least this month. So we actually, I think I'm going to be heading home. I do need to get my reservation booked.
Yeah, yep.
For flying back because we now know when I'm going to be not here
Yeah,
anymore.
we have bookings now. So
Yes. To be
yay.
able to help some people out down here who need some places to stay for a bit.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get everything up and running for them today.
Yeah. If you guys don't know, we do run an Airbnb with our Florida home.
Yep.
We actually, the hurricane messed us up for a whole month booking,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
We lost
Anthony
one
can
month.
work from home. I cannot right now. So I need
I
to
can
just
work from internet.
Yes, from internet. which is a whole challenge. Larry and
Larry,
Elaine
Thomas,
Thomas,
hello.
thank you for being here and for this wonderful support. Let me just post on your super chat.
Yeah, glad you could stop by too, Larry.
You want to read it for me?
Hello, Nancy and Anthony on All Naughties. We're glad we could drop by for a few minutes and catch a show.
Oh,
Yes. Glad you're here.
There's a heart for you, Larry and
Yes.
Elaine, our friends that
Mercy Rodriguez is here.
are cruising all over. Mercy and
Hello.
Lorenzo, so good to see you.
Yes.
And my watch
So
does this weird beeping
beep,
at,
beep, beep. It's
at
time to
very
beep.
odd times.
I think it went the other direction.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that everybody is saying hello to each other
Yes.
and that
Definitely
you're
catch up
all
in the
greeting.
chat.
We have a huge group of our cruise friends who are cruising right now. It is Helping Hands for Cruising, has a big group, including the Down Under cruisers who are from Australia,
Lindy
coming
Lou.
over to cruise on the horizon. So they're on a
Yes.
cruise ship that we were just on. Hey,
Yes.
Lindy Lou, so good to
Yes.
see you.
The Z
Thank you
Show
for
Cruise Fun
being
is here.
Hi,
Yes.
the Z Show Cruise Fun.
Hello,
Oh,
guys.
we just got dark again.
Yeah, dark again.
Why is this camera doing that? Laura Allen, so good to see you as well. So good to see everybody
Yes.
out here. So we wanted to talk a little bit about how
What's
things
going on?
are in Florida right now, in our area. So we live in Port Charlotte area, and we're in an area that got hit pretty hard.
Yep.
Pretty hard.
The eye
with
of
the
eye
with
of
Hurricane
Ian went right
Mhm.
across the top of our
And
house.
I know we've talked about this before, but I
in
wanted
case you haven't caught up with where we're
Yeah.
at, we'll at least give you some background to it. So we really didn't get a lot of damage to the house. We still have a little
Mhm.
bit that has to be done. Mostly screens and windows, outside windows and stuff,
our lanai, so we have like a
and a
Florida
lot of
home.
landscaping.
Yes, a lot of
So
landscaping.
landscaping took a big hit for us. So we have a lot of things that are there. So yeah, so we came down and had no idea how things were. We had some people that
Oh,
were
there it goes dark again.
yeah. We'd had some people. I think if you get a little closer or something, I don't know. It goes in and out.
It's
guys.
weird.
This is this
The
camera.
light is kind of vacillating. I'm sorry about
Yeah,
the
sorry
darker
about that.
and lighter
Yeah, we're
camera.
gonna try and
deal.
move this a little closer.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that.
Earthquake? No, we don't have earthquake now.
There.
See, it comes back.
Now we're light again.
All right.
That's so weird.
So yeah, so we didn't know what we were going to expect down here. We had hoped to have this closed up, but the house never got closed. So the house actually rode through without the hurricane
Without
shutters.
hurricane shutters covering the
without
windows.
everything set up.
It's a miracle that
yeah.
our windows actually
And
survived.
we do have some video of it from the cameras that were here. So we're going to be able to show that later on.
We did see one of our trees go down
Yes.
in front of the camera. That's very interesting. And the canal that we live
Couple of
on,
trees.
so we're right on a canal, and that actually had emptied down, and you could see the water levels like receding in the canal.
About
so
a foot of water of our pad.
that was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
there was only about a foot of water
About a foot
left.
of water on the bottom, yeah.
So
yeah,
it wasn't
was-
quite like the
Yeah.
the Red Sea clearing, but
No.
it was close.
But we actually, so we lost our canoe, and I actually have a video where it actually picks up and goes, whoop.
Hi,
Right
Portia
You
Dula.
guys
So
said,
good to see
Right
you.
up.
Thank you for being here.
Hello, everybody.
Portia.
So anyways, that should be kind of interesting to be able to cut that down, maybe make a little video out of the,
Oh, my word.
the stuff that was
As
there.
if I need more. Maybe Anthony will do
Maybe
that.
I will do that. Put something together for the
I have
channel.
so
you guys
much
can
I
see
need
what
to
happened.
catch up on. I'm still
But
like over a year behind on
There
videos.
is some interesting video because of the way that the wind blows. Everybody thinks it's like a tornado. It's just nonstop, but it isn't. It's like gusty. So while you do have, the general wind got up to 112 miles an hour here in actual speed, it's not like a nonstop 112. It's like it gusts at 112 for 2-3 minutes, and then it'll let up, and the wind will kind of shift around directions, and then it goes again. And so that's what causes the hurricanes to be so crazy, because if it were just sheer line winds, you wouldn't have probably as much damage, but because the winds kind of shift directions, it actually can
it
pick
just
stuff.
like it shears things off. It
Yeah,
lifted them
yeah.
right off. So we'll get back to that. Let me
Yep.
just address Lucretia.
Oh,
Thank you so
Lucretia.
much for the super chat. Much
Yeah.
love to you. And we're going to try to, I see another question above. So we'll try to focus on questions too, but also kind of interact with you here as much as possible. So Lucretia said, hello, YouTube. Question, would you pay the added gratuity? Or I like to do my own tipping, $10 a day to the steward, tip all waiters and every drink. I end up paying more. Your thoughts? So what we recommend is that you do pay that gratuity that they tack on, and then you go above and beyond if you're able to for excellent service. So that's how we do it. So I've heard different thoughts on this, but I know that people can take away the mandatory or the added gratuity. You can take that off of your bill. It's not a requirement, but I have heard that goes to other people than the main people that interact with you.
It goes to all the staff.
So there's different levels of thought, though, on this, because a lot of people think that the cruise lines should be paying all the staff what they should be paying them, and then you tip above and beyond for service given. Right. I don't know. It's kind of a hot spot in the cruise community as far as people generally don't like you to take the gratuities off because other people that are behind the scenes could be dependent on those added gratuities,
which is kind of not a right way to go.
But they're generally not that expensive to add on, and then you add above and beyond a drink here, a drink there, for good service, or just making sure that you do your room steward, your servers if you have set dining time, people that give you. I always feel like we could always tip more. I always feel like after the cruise that we could have given more, but that's always a goal of mine to be more generous. You want to hit Carl's question?
Carl had a question. Mm-hmm. So do you recall what the hours are for the spa on the Carnival Horizon? It actually depends.
Well, usually the spa rooms close off hard at 10 o'clock at night, which I feel like is kind of early because we go to the deck party, and then we want to soak and relax, and I'd rather them I would personally rather them close at midnight, because I feel like when you're on a cruise, you're up later than you normally would be. But no, 10 o'clock on Carnival is pretty much the set time that the spa.
Yeah, I mean they close. So you have to understand that they don't have they don't have multiple shifts for the
spa area. They're run independently of the actual cruise line too. So they have special. It's kind of a business in a business. It's kind of like this business goes on inside of the ship. Right. So it's not them that is actually running. It's not actually Carnival that's running their spa per se, from what I understand. So I always felt like they close early, but I think they open at, I don't know. We've never been there in the morning where they haven't been open, but we kind of wake up later. So I think they're open for sure by 10 a.m. I would think I think they open at 8, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. So hopefully that's helpful.
If you watch Trevin Chanel's channel, they have a vlog about riding out the hurricane.
Yeah, thank you for posting and putting that up. That's there, crazy traveler. So I just wanted to give my insight on how things are looking around our area. It's going to take weeks and weeks for the streets to get cleared. There's so many piles of all the landscaping, all the trees that are down and cut up, and trees that are uprooted. So many huge trees. It really is so sad. And then the roofs.
Hey, Julie.
Oh, so many people's roofs are affected by this. You see blue tarp over
most of
areas,
so they use blue tarp to cover over roofs that have been stripped off, and we have a couple of our neighbors that have that. Mm-hmm. 2 of them. The third one actually had 2 layers of roofing, and they're just fine.
We fared very well with
we did.
overall with our
The house is quite a tough house. It really
Yeah.
is. It's very much.
So good to see Holly on here. And Beach, please. Hi,
Hello.
Mike and Betsy. Thank you for being
And Dylan
here.
Seaman is here.
Hi, Dylan. So good to see you.
Yes.
Thank you for being on here.
Yes.
Yeah, one thing that I wanted to tell you that I thought was kind of funny and not kind of sad, but not really. I mean, so many businesses have their signs like ripped off. More businesses than not have their regular big sign that's up on a post. It's like it's taken out. So many of them are taken out. But Waffle House, there's kind of a meme about Waffle House, and Waffle House is the last to close
Yes.
in a hurricane.
You can tell how bad it's going to be by how at what point Waffle House decides to close
So
and evacuate.
the Waffle House in Port Charlotte has been hit pretty hard. It has major glass that is out and board, so it's got boards up on these huge glass sections, and we're open written outside of those, outside of it. I wanted to get a picture, but I didn't get to get a picture.
We didn't
today.
get a picture of that, or there's an auto dealer that's right down in Punta Gorda that has the whole front of it got ripped out. It was all glass.
So many of
and it just looks like 2 layers that are just there right now.
So I know that
a lot of
this
damage.
is going to be the last live stream we actually talk about the hurricane. Almost. We'll give little updates here and there, but it has affected us personally. So
well, and there's some things too. You know, one of the things that we're really starting to learn.
See, Waffle House never used to close. They didn't even have locks on the doors for years, says Mary Ellen.
Yeah. They're always the last one to close. So you know how bad it's going to be by if
Waffle House closes, you better
run. So there's just a lot of little lessons that we've been picking up about community, how how to get along. There's still a lot of tension. So a lot of people are still really quite tense. There's a lot of, it's funny. I pulled into a gas station pump and I had somebody start yelling at me about pulling into the gas station pump when there was one right next to them. And it's like, I pulled into it and they were,
but people are definitely coming together. They're coming together more. Yeah. I can see that because at Home Depot, there's lots of business there, but like everybody is like, well, how did you do after the hurricane? That's like the question that people are asking. How did you fare? Yeah, we don't have a pool screen anymore, but overall, okay. Or we had flooding because our roof got pulled off, or we got flooding because of the flooding, all of that. So, hey, Moonlight Adventures, good to see you. Thank you for being here. They're editing and listening. Here, Timothy Walters had a question. Can you explain how one neighborhood could have total devastation, but 6 blocks away, they have minimal damage? Asked Timothy. That's a great question.
It's a really good question. And the reality is that we had a little mini cosmos. So there's 5 houses on our street. And we had a little mini cosmos of that exact thing happening. Because one of our neighbors up in the corner, they lost their entire roof. They had a lot of flooding, a lot of damage.
I think it's the wind, the way the wind is really turning and hitting.
But they ended up getting it bad. Our next neighbor over lost a pool cage, a little bit of the roof, and a little bit of damage to what they had. We had next to nothing in internal damage, but the exterior of the house, the landscaping was bad. It was not the worst, but it was bad. Our neighbor right next to us now had the worst of the yard damage, but nothing damaged into his house. And the last one had a little bit of a roof, pulled off and a little bit of the yard. And I think that's kind of just how the wind hits the area, and as well as just the construction of things that are around there. So if you come from our place,
Mercy said tornadoes within the hurricane.
Correct.
There you go.
So just two was about 4 blocks down. We have a trailer house park.
Oh.
And they are devastated.
Terrible. It's like they took
area.
you took an aluminum can and just crushed it.
Yeah.
So many of them. Oh,
and
my
so
word.
a lot of it
It's
has
so
to deal with
sad.
that. And then once that stuff gets into the air, I have a picture, and I'll be showing it to you guys, of a piece of steel that literally wrapped itself around a post. Just went boop. I mean, it was like not there 1 second, and the second later it's there. And that's just the kind of stuff that's happening. You've got stuff that's blowing through. It's
But
kind of
I
like
feel
tornado.
like the hurricane is less pinpoint than a tornado. I feel like a tornado rips through, but this is like wider, and that it like really went through. Anyway,
and
we're
then you
just
have the
so
rain on
happy
both the front
to
and back
be
side of it.
through it and through some of the crazy. We're glad that we have internet so we can kind of communicate here.
Yep.
And we're getting the fixes, but the fixes are slow. So many of the companies are overwrought with they're just overwhelmed by the needs that are out there. So some of them are like, you can hear the tension on the phone, like just, please be patient. We won't be able to get to you for weeks and weeks. So
and some of it is just getting supplies down here. We're looking for instance, we're looking for a piece of acrylic plastic, just a sheet of acrylic plastic. To ship that sheet of plastic from Georgia down to or Texas down into Florida right now is between $270 to $500 to get one sheet of acrylic into this area.
It's nuts. Trying to get the supplies down here.
Supplies are just the biggest issue.
But it's getting better.
It is.
Mary Ellen said tornadoes bounce around, can completely take out one house, and then leave the next door untouched. So Salt Life Cruising said, I'm in Orlando a couple of nights, heading to Miami on Thursday to board the Carnival Spirit.
How did Orlando do? I know you guys got a lot of rain up in that area.
I think they got some winds too, because there's a lot of roofs that are affected by it as well.
Yeah, because it kind of came up from a corner right across from us straight over to.
Oh my gosh! Tess is stocking for the forecasted record freezing winter in Arizona. It doesn't take much ice or snow to shut everything down. I know that, man. And your freezing rain is nothing to shake a stick at, because that's nasty. Been stocking up anyway due to rising prices.
We're shaking sticks now.
And let me tell you, the groceries are ridiculous. And they're oh man, I saw what Anthony was talking about. The stores are wiped out of so many
Talk about the
produce. Yeah, I was. So we went to Winn-Dixie because we had thought that we had a good deal before the hurricane. Now I'm talking about it like it's a pandemic. We found a good deal at Winn-Dixie. So we're like, let's go to Winn-Dixie to shop for our groceries again. Hey, Shauna, thank you for being here. Yes. Thank you so much. So we went to Winn-Dixie, and the produce was completely bare, except there was a little clump of broccoli. I was like, I'm not sure if I want broccoli or not. I was going to make a broccoli cauliflower salad, but there's not cauliflower here. There was like empty bare shelves. Yep. So we went shopping a little bit more, and I'm like, you know what? I think I will actually get that broccoli, a little broccoli on the side of our meal.
It wasn't like 5 minutes.
It was gone. It was gone. And the prices are just, they're like 3 times what I would expect their prices. Now, I do have to say, we went to a different store, and the prices were what I would expect them to be.
Well, in general, food is going up. It is
definitely going up.
I mean,
for
beyond
sure.
what we're seeing down here, that's the issue.
Look at Mercy says, travel to Miami, plenty of everything. Oh, girl, I'd love to see you again. Yes. Yeah, for sure. Julie is saying earthquakes in California can do the same thing, knock a house to the ground, and the next 2 houses are nothing. Next house, major damage, especially in rolling earthquakes. Yeah,
I can see that too.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Yeah. So let's talk cruising, you guys, because that's, we are a cruise channel.
It is the nauticals.
So what is everybody's countdown? I can't believe that we are only 33 days away from our countdown.
Like 10, 9, 8 type of thing.
Well, you know, what, cruise countdown, you goofball. So let's see some countdowns out there. Shauna, we are just in our Florida home and trying to do our repairs from the hurricane. So, but we're going to cruise as a family in 33 days, and that's going to be on the Carnival celebration.
Yeah.
Yep, Carla says 33 days.
Big chicken too.
Speaking of big chicken, I put out a little video on some fast food options that maybe you might not know about on the Excel class of Carnival, which is the Mardi Gras and now celebration. And then it's going to be Jubilee. That's all that LG type of Excel class on Carnival.
Amanda's World.
Hey, Amanda's World has 201
Roger
days.
Beck. Thank you so much for the
Roger.
super chat.
Thank you for
Your
that.
nieces in Port Charlotte fared well, except for the dead fish.
Good.
Now that is a strange thing.
Yes.
Because
Thank
inland,
you for the super chat.
yeah.
Roger.
So a lot of the places that flooded over, especially along the roadways, ended up with fish coming in from the
That's crazy.
from the river.
We did see some along the river still.
Yes.
Yeah, that had gotten pulled up.
Yeah, and it's,
But you had them
like
all along the road.
yeah, like it's probably a good half mile from the river, and yet there were fish that were in the gutters. So it is a crazy thing.
There's a lot of garbage, like just general like sheet metal kind of garbage, and all the plant material. Oh, there's just massive piles along the road. You can barely go along the road without scraping them. You want to start reading some of these?
Yeah, Crazy Cat Traveler's Day, 18 days till Horizon.
How fun, Crazy
Kathy
Cat.
L, 19 days. Scott McNeil, 11 days to Horizon.
Wow, Horizon for Halloween.
Wow.
Oh my gosh,
That'll be
Scott,
fun.
that's going to be
18
so
days till
awesome.
Celebration.
Wow, Mary Ellen, that's
Mary
right.
Ellen, yes.
So she's going to be going on the first celebration and then going into our cruise on the celebration.
Wanda, 72 days just booked.
Oh, Wanda, that's awesome.
Yes.
Yay. Wait, Amanda's World is 201, I think. We
Yes.
said that. Yeah. Mercy is
Tara Kelly has 145 until the encore.
How fun.
And Mercy is 14 days to the ABC Islands on Celebrity.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, Mercy.
Does that
I'm so
have
happy
anything to
for
do with like
you.
Sesame Street?
No, that's Hawaii has
Electric
ABC
Company?
stores. No, or it's the gum already
Yes.
been chewed.
Yes. Yes. Timothy Walters, I believe mine's around 103.
Yay, Timothy!
Yes. Tessa Mon 9 till she's in Miami.
Awesome.
T11 for an 8-day Southern Caribbean. for
So
the first time.
11 days till Southern Caribbean.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be so
D&G,
beautiful.
6 days until the NCL
Oh,
Bliss.
Derek
very
and
cool.
Gregory. That's
Debbie Harrison,
awesome.
45 days until Valor.
Nice.
Julie Amos, 33 days on Carnival
Yay,
Celebration.
Julie.
Yes.
Christopher Brown, 115 days till
Yes.
Odyssey for Valentine's Day. Oh my gosh, that's not
Sheila
that far.
Rosinski said that your channel made it to the top 100 channels.
I did see that. That was a listing that was listed for tips for travelers.
Oh.
Came up with this cruise channel list.
I'm sure it's not because of me.
But
Beach,
I
please.
was blown away to be out there.
Betsy, Beats Please, 13 days till Navigator
That
of the Sea.
actually is Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
That's Mike.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
yeah.
Betsy might be affiliated with Mike.
Yes, she
there.
is.
13 days till Navigator of the Seas. You guys are going right
Mike
back
from
on.
Nebraska, 53 days until Carnival Magic.
Awesome. Oh, we are
Yes.
going to get on Magic one of these
Billy
days.
Fearon, we just got off the Mariner of the Seas. I was on an 8-day cruise. My birthday
Happy
was last
birthday,
Sunday,
Billy.
7 years old. Wow.
Oh, happy
Yeah.
birthday to you. Still act like a kid. I love that attitude.
Yes.
That is the way to enjoy life because you just got to enjoy
Carl,
it.
10 days, few hours for Carnival
Till the
Horizon.
Horizon.
Yes.
Carl, that's awesome. The Horizon is our most
Yes.
traveled ship by far. We love it.
Yes.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, so there's just a lot of
everybody's just chatting among themselves.
Yeah.
I love that.
And if you're going on a cruise around the Halloween time, definitely bring a costume. There's going to be
so much fun. I think that
there's a
dressing
lot
up was just a blast. And the cruise lines usually do it up one way or the other. So Carnival, I know, does big Halloween parties, but I think the other cruise lines, I've seen plenty with Royal as well. Ruth Todd is in the house. So good to see you. Oh,
yes, she likes your sparkly.
Oh, thank you so much. I got my sparkly blue dress. This is down here.
Yes. Mercy Rodriguez, 40 till Freedom and 71 till Oasis.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
And everybody's saying hello to each other. That's one thing I just really enjoy about this community. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Tess says she acts like a kid until about
I need a long nap so I can start again and keep up.
For about one day.
Yeah.
So
Betsy from Beach, please. There she is.
There
Hello,
she is,
yes.
Betsy. I knew she had her own. Hello, everyone.
5 Days to the Horizon for Fred Miner.
Yeah, Fred. That's awesome. A lot of Horizon.
I think it's Miner.
I think it is Minor.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 days
Fred,
to
let us know,
Horizon.
Minor or Minor? Is it like mining or
Nah. Oh my gosh, Salt Lake Cruising is 3 days for Spirit.
Wow.
And then they're on the Bloggers Cruise.
396 till Carnival Jubilee inaugural.
Luscious Linda Kuziak from Canada, our fellow Canuck. So good to see you, Linda. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
So good to see you. I love seeing names I haven't seen for a little while. Yeah. Okay. I have something that I want to put out here, and it is a little bit of a rant, just a little teeny tiny bit of a rant. And it's for Carnival. Okay, so we have been Carnival stockholders since pre-pandemic, and that means we have bought at about how many times the going rate of the stock right now? Horribly, we've lost a lot of money in the stock market, which is part of doing the stock investments. You know, they go up, they go down. You just know that. But on our last cruise, I had arranged it so that we emailed and got confirmation that we were going to get shareholders credit.
So if you have a certain number of stocks, you get a
usually like 100 stocks,
right, on the ship as a shareholder,
you get like a dividend.
It's a dividend.
Yep.
And you actually get a dividend form for that too. So you end up paying some taxes on that.
But on the Carnival Horizon last month, we did not receive that, and it's onboard credit. So it was supposed to be a little bit of onboard credit with $50 of onboard credit. Never saw that on our bill.
Right.
And this is not the first time that Carnival has shafted us with our onboard credit, with our shareholder onboard credit. So now we have to go through emailing them and showing them proof that we were supposed to get this. We didn't get this.
So what's the rant?
Oh, so this is the rant. Carnival. You need to give your shareholders that you promise that you will give them the shareholder credit, the onboard credit. You need to do that. This has been like our third time that we did not get shareholder credit. And the customer service gal the first time said, oh, it'll show up later. And it never did. Then for this cruise, it was, oh, you should have come to us sooner. You didn't come until the last day. And it's not on there. You know, I think that they tried to pin it on a different onboard credit, like that we got as part of the group. And I was like, well, this says that this is part of the group onboard credit, and it just wanted to like have them give us our onboard credit from being shareholders. So that's my rant. Does that happen to any of you guys? Have you missed out on
Yeah,
your
do you guys take advantage of that?
shareholder onboard credit? And that's
No, I think
like,
not just Carnival does that. There's a couple of lines that do that.
Yep,
right?
definitely. Yeah.
So if you have, and even if it's in your 401k, sometimes you can do a self-directed. If you have a self-directed IRA, you can do that. Talk to your tax
See,
consultant.
Wanda, so now I just need to
Past
follow
results
up.
do not indicate future earnings.
I have to follow up and make sure that I email and show them the
mileage may
proof,
vary.
show them the proof, and show them that they gave me a confirmation email. You do now, if you're a shareholder, you do have to contact them like a couple weeks, at least a couple weeks to like a couple months.
You do need to give them a little
before
time.
you cruise, so that they can get the information and that they can know which cruise sailing. You have to give them your sailing number, your reservation number, and your ship, and the sail date. But it's such a bummer that happened to us a couple of times.
Well, the other piece too is that this is a dividend, so there has to be dividends in reserve for them to be able to give that.
Yeah, and maybe
So
the
that might be it.
companies
We just
are-
haven't paid attention to the shareholders meetings. or any
No,
of that.
but they do give that as they list that online as a
understand
continuing
that.
gift dividend. David Brandy said, "Oh wow, that never happened to us. So sorry that happened to you guys. I know they've been a little picky with onboard credit for sure." Tess said, "I've heard this before. They say you get on top of it on top of whatever onboard credit, but it doesn't always happen." Yeah. So we're hoping that they can make it right. We did reach out to the travel agent for that sailing, and she did a great job of reaching out to Carnival, but they also came back saying we need, since we have we do have the listing of our final bill, so which shows that we didn't get that onboard credit. So that's my little rant, is that I want that money.
Well, and it's sometimes hard because once you're on ship, it's difficult for them to be able to reconcile that off ship because they have to resynchronize those accounts.
It is not easy once you're
folios.
on board to do it out there.
Yep.
Cheryl says never had any issues getting from her NCL stocks, but heard you can't get it if you have other perks. And I know that we've had that with Royal. If you have other perks, you can't get that besides. But Carnival has never done this where they've given us a reason why you can't. In fact, I got an email confirming that we should get onboard credit for the sailing, and then no onboard credit shows up. And I'm like, well, poo. That's how I feel about that. So, Tess, that's the thing. I hate situations like this. You spend time getting what you're promised. Basically, you earn it, all the calls. So that's my little bit of a rant, but I do have to say it hasn't stopped us from sailing on Carnival, because we love sailing with Carnival. We have Carnival, we have
sailing.
We have Norwegian, we have Royal, we have cruises booked with the cruise lines. We have never tried outside the big three, so we haven't tried MSC or Virgin or Celebrity. So maybe eventually, but right now, I don't know. It just feels comfortable sailing with the ones that we know. So that's Crazy Cat says, I hate having to call customer service line. I can keep my temper in chat communication better.
That's because you can get other stuff done, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big part of it, is especially waiting on hold.
Mm.
And the thing, and I'll do a little rant on that. I mean, because we're running into it a lot.
Terrible.
You call a company and
customer service has gone way down.
And they give you
in general.
interactive voice response, IVR, right? So they give you an IVR that says, "We're here to help you. Ask us any question." And then you ask them a question. "I'm sorry, that's not a valid choice." And I'm like,
oh, I hate that.
Wait a second.
That's crazy.
Any question you said, but that's not a valid choice, right?
See,
and then and then the other piece too. So then once you do get through with a lot of companies, especially with shipping companies, this is the big thing. You end up getting shipped off literally from a shipping company to some customer service group.
He has gone through this.
Customer service group who has absolutely no contact with the business whatsoever. All they can do is email somebody on your behalf to get something through there. And I'm like, well, just put the emails out there. But no, that's how they do it. They have there's no communication. So you get absolutely
So now
no
we've
connectivity.
turned into a ranching
Anyways,
channel
I'm
here.
done. I'm done.
Sorry, you guys, but we do love all the positives that
Yes.
we get from the cruise and
from
cruising
shipping,
and
they bring us
travel
stuff.
and shipping. Yes, and I think that we have gotten a little bit spoiled through the years of having, excellent customer service. So now with the pandemic, it's a lot more challenging to give that. And people, I think, are getting more frustrated more quickly. So these poor customer service lines have to deal with ranting customers like almost all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not, I feel for them as well.
It's interesting
Chris.
to try and do an exercise though when you get into that. So there's two things I was going to say. So one of them is that I was at a auto parts place. We shall leave them nameless. And with a hurricane and everything, they're doing their best. They had some damage, water damage in the store. So they were trying to find some parts for us, and they were feeling really bad because it was taking them a while to find this part. And they're like, and the guy says to me, he says, you seem really patient about all of this. And I'm like, well, no, it's not so much patience. It's my ADD. So I said, as long as you got a lot of stuff for me to look at, I could be ADD here all day and not really have to pay attention to it. The point is that sometimes when you're into those patient situations where you have to be a little bit more patient, especially on cruise ships and other things, find other things to do, right? Find other things to keep your interest.
That's a good suggestion. Start distracting yourself so that you don't
use your ADD to your advantage.
So you don't stew on your lack of patience. That's a good way to build patience. Maybe go through watching others draw out their drama. People watching on a cruise ship is actually some of our favorite things. And sometimes you get really cute interactions of people. It doesn't all have to be negative and watching people throw down drama, although sometimes that happens.
And you guys know me from the channel. You know me if you've cruised with me. I tend to be a little bit more fun, happy-go-lucky at most times. Sometimes when I get real stressed, I can flip the other way. But, you always feel better about yourself when you can have a good attitude to something and get through it. There's more of a reward to having a good attitude than to getting your way.
I wanted to just mention this point. See the World with Chris said that he thinks that when you get a confirmation about shareholder requests, you can look in your booking and see it there before you board. But I've never been able to see that ever. Debbie Smith said that her and her hubby are celebrating their 50th anniversary this Friday, having an open house. Oh, we were going to have an open house, but both came down with COVID. Debbie, well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Do not let that nasty vid keep you from celebrating.
Yes.
You need to whoop it up good because that is something to celebrate. I saw LaShandra out there. Hi, LD channel.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Heidi Lascom, did you book under special deal like a casino
offer? No,
cruise?
It was a group cruise, but not a casino offer. So for us, so thank you for helping us problem solve what happened with that. So,
Tess, I'm on IVR or someone you can't understand with a dog barking in the background or lots of noise because they're in a call center. I went through this today with Hilton, and it is. It's a common thread right now where they're disconnecting the business unit from the customer support because of just all of the frustration that's there.
Oh, wait, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
The little thing is going the wrong way. No apologies. Rant away. Venting is healthy. Thank you,
it can be,
Tess.
but the other thing too is
you
to
can
find
get
a good
drawn
way.
into it a little too much too.
And even when I get upset about what's going on, I try to disconnect the individual that I'm talking to with the policies of their company. A lot of times they don't have control over what's going on there.
Or they don't even, sometimes they
Right.
don't even know
Right.
how to, what answers, if they have answers or not.
Yeah.
A lot of them are kind of that middleman or that front line
Yeah.
call center. So they really,
I do feel for customer service
Yes.
lines. My friend answers phones for a government agency. Oh, wow. Hats off to them. Yes. You should hear her stories. Now the rude customer service folks.
It's not easy. I know
Yeah.
that Brandy deals with customer service all the time. Can
Yes.
you click on that?
Yeah.
Customer service can be trying sometimes. Believe me, I can be the most patient. And Brandy is like the sweetest gal
Yeah.
in the world.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, I can be the most patient person in the world, but
Yeah.
some days I am tested. Oh man.
You can be nice, but you do have to be firm and to the point about
That's
what you
where
want.
Anthony is good
Otherwise,
at
from
that.
my experience, you get hung up on or put on hold forever. And even
Oh,
if you do,
man.
the thing is that, sometimes I'll inject logic into the situation and all of a sudden I'll be talking to nobody just because of the logic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is key.
Aw.
And remembering that you're dealing with a human being on the other end of the line,
Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Tony reminds me again how I enjoyed our conversation back in March coming from snorkeling. Oh, thank you,
thanks so
Tess. You both are such great people. Thank
Yes.
you. What a pleasure
Yes.
it has been to cruise with you, and looking forward to the future.
Yes.
Doing this more. Dina has a question for us.
yes. Have we been on Princess or Celebrity?
Oh man, Princess. I think Princess would be more in our price range. I'm kind of like ultra frugal, so I like to get as much.
That's how much her wallet will
Obviously,
open
like this whole
up. We don't have it.
shareholder credit has been
Unless
really
it's a cruise, then it's like,
painful to me. No.
pour it out.
No, then I need to pinch my pennies even more. Pinch, 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 pinch.
Yeah, right.
So we have not been on Princess or Celebrity, but I would love to do either. I feel like Celebrity price range is going to be way up here for what I can afford. Princess maybe a little bit like not quite as costly. I know they just had like a penny sale for their deposits. So it's a good thing that I didn't look at any Princess cruises during that time, because I would have booked.
Yes. The worst is when you have to repeat your story 5 times, even though the first four people got the details so they could pass it on to the next person.
And then you have to type in like your code or your
You
social
have to-
security
Yeah, the
number,
ones I love are the
all
ones
of
where
that.
they make you prove who you are 5 or 6 times. I'm like,
Oh,
I already
man.
did this. Yeah, but I don't know this.
Yes. So Christopher asks, anyone else in the chat going on Odyssey February 11th?
that's odd.
That sounds fun.
Yes.
Derek and Gregory, thank you so much
thank
for giving us, the promotions. I love that. We really do have amazing moderators,
do.
and we have a great community here. I really so much
Yes.
love connecting with you guys in the cruise community, and then being able to meet up with cruise family. It means just so much,
Yeah.
so much.
David and Brandy. So Sherry Awesome Son says, I'm convinced people are worse
Hi,
off of this
Sherry.
whole C situation. Very demanding and no patience.
Yeah.
But I can say 90% of my customer base is good, and that's the 10% that sticks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that
Mm.
because of the C, there's a lot more less
The
people.
COVID.
There's a lot less people, and this is where customers have started to restructure, is around that, where they're segregating themselves from customer service. Now, the reality is, and I try and challenge companies, because I do work in this industry. So my role in a lot of what I do,
I feel like everybody to some degree deals with customer service.
they do. But in my role, what I'm doing is working with companies on how to improve their process, how to improve their overall bottom line.
Mhm.
And that's the one thing that I do tell them is get connected to your customer base, because the companies that do that are going to be far better off. As painful as it might be, it's still better off for you to do that, because you're going to end up in the long run.
Tess asked a really good question.
Yes.
Anyone else going on vlogger extravaganza.
Is that a pizza?
I think just a couple other people are.
The only extravaganza I know is the one from.
You better know. You're going on it. We're going on the NCL breakaway at the end of January. Yes, we are. We're on there. Anybody else on the vloggers extravaganza? It's getting exciting.
The only extravaganza I know is from Rocky Rococo's. If you know what Rocky Rococo's pizza
That
is.
pizza is excellent as well. So Crazy Cat said, I have an Alaskan Princess cruise for just over 1,000 on Discovery, Vancouver to Seattle. You should look into Princess for sure. Ooh, I feel like I have heard that Princess does amazing tea times. So
they do
pinkies
golf?
up.
They do golf?
No, you goofball.
What?
Tea.
Well, like baseball tea? Like a T-ball thing?
Not T-ball, you
Naughty?
silly.
Naughty?
You are silly.
Naughty ball?
See, I need to check out Princess. Absolutely.
What's naughty
100%. Oh boy, the naughty man. Sherry Awesomes is out here. So good to see you.
I don't get tea, I guess.
Oh man.
I'm naughty.
Yeah, talking about customer service and how, you're trying to help somebody and then they gripe constantly.
We got off on this because of the question of whether or not you should get your dividends.
Yeah. Yep. There, Nance. Here's a couple people. Mary Ellen is going. Julie Amos is going. Carl is going. Just a couple people are going on this. Yes. I find that I say that a lot. I sound very northern when I say that.
Yep.
You betcha. We have our own language of the northerners that come down to Florida to enjoy the sunshine. Which it's been so nice. Oofda. It's just been so nice here lately. It really has. Today it rained, but otherwise it has been beautiful. And Anthony cleaned out all the netting that came into the pool. He fished that thing out, and it is beautiful blue. So I love it.
Yeah, I actually got an A+ from our pool guy.
Yeah, yep. He said that it's one of the nicest pools, the cleanest around because he did so much, cleaning of it. So Scott is going on that vloggers extravaganza.
It's good when your vendors tell you you're doing a good job at
Nan Milligan, Julie Amos, Jamie Wilhite, can't wait. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Crazy Cat said tea time on Princess is awesome. That is something that I would love to do. Cruising for Food said Princess is not as expensive at all, especially their perks program.
Should bring that up.
Derek and right there we go. Especially their perks program. And Derek and Gregory said we've been on Princess 3 times this year. Really enjoyed them. I would like to try Princess.
I don't know.
I think so. It's the Love Boat. Yeah. The Love Boat.
No, that's Carnival, isn't it?
No, it's Princess.
Princess
Is the Love Boat.
No.
Oh, you didn't know Princess is the original Love Boat, Anthony.
I don't know.
You and we're going to get together on some Princess cruises going on here.
Yeah. I just don't see myself as a princess.
Well, I mean,
a royal,
you could see me as a princess out there. Mercy is going on the extravaganza.
And every time I think of NCL, I think of Free the Words.
And will they do a great tea time? You know what? Carnival... we have yet to do Carnival's tea time since the restart. But they did say they're resuming it. So I'm hoping they do tea time. Oh, Salt Lake Cruising said salt. Salt.
They said that.
I'm sorry.
They said
my
that.
enunciation is going. Wait.
Oh.
I'm a disaster. Oh man, Salt Life Cruising said it's the L's. I know it's the drinking. I can't wait to meet everybody on the vloggers cruise. So salt. Sorry, you guys. Oh man, Tess said she's gonna need a nap before embarkation.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely, because we're gonna be down. We're gonna be in New Orleans. That I could say because it doesn't say. It doesn't need enunciation. New Orleans. So, oh, Crazy Cat said nurses definitely have customer service skills. The better the customer service, the better the patient.
Man.
Oh man.
Yeah, sometimes. There are stories.
You have to. There are definitely stories, and there is a whole art of dealing with aggravated, especially like visitors. But because the visitors
Dave and
usually
Brandy,
can,
see ya.
oh, take care.
Take
The
care.
visitors can kind of come out and come after you.
Yeah.
Sue O'Connor, so looking forward to seeing
Sue
you
O'Connor.
on the celebration. So good to see you. Are we?
Terry H.
We're at an hour
Yes,
already.
I know.
Terry H, so good to see you.
I have a
Thank
Tuesday
you.
night off. We can say
Oh,
Ope
see?
all the time.
All the time. Ope. Oh man, I don't even realize I'm saying it. Okay, well, thank you, Nauticals, for hanging out with us. Thank you.
Christopher Brown's getting the soap out of the mold to start setting up.
Oh man.
Okay, that one I was thinking of mold as like something that the soap counters, but it's actually
Christopher is making soap.
Yeah, he's got soap in a mold.
Awesome.
Not soap for mold.
Well, now is the time. If you are a crafter, now is the time to start crafting for Christmas. Just
Good
gonna
night,
put
Wanda.
that out there. Thank you, Nauticals, for being here and hanging out with us. And until next time, safe travels.
And God bless.
God bless. Take care, everybody. Bye.